NetSuite Software Edition Overview, presented by Dirk Schimpa and goVirtualOffice. So this is the first part of a 12 to 16-week video blog series where we'll be presenting NetSuite Software Edition. This series will talk about everything from the dashboards to sales and marketing to contract management, delivery and provisioning, how to automate billing, how to better manage your revenue recognition, everything, as well as renewals, support cases, professional services automation, if that's something you would need, how to better automate your accounting department and finance department, fixed asset management, procure to pay, and the overall value that NetSuite would present. Today's agenda, we'll be talking about goVirtualOffice and who we are. Again, my name is Dirk Schimpa. I am a CPA, the founder and managing partner of goVirtualOffice. We'll be talking about NetSuite for software companies, doing a much deeper dive, a quick look at what NetSuite is, the approach, and possible next steps. So a little background on goVirtualOffice. We were founded in 2005. We've been a NetSuite solution provider going on almost 13, 14 years. Our team is made up of 40 plus consultants, developers. We typically hire and find people that have, 5 to 10 to 15 years of industry experience, that have an aptitude towards technology and are really good working with people. Like I said, I'm a CPA. We hire other professional people, whether it's in software, in services, financially minded, so on and so forth. So we bring forth a team of very skilled and qualified people that can really listen and learn and help your company. We really believe in making sure that we keep up on all of the certifications. We've have 30 plus NetSuite certifications across our entire organization. Around projects, literally over the last 13, 14 years, I've completed hundreds of NetSuite projects, have a very high customer retention rate, and currently supporting, some 2,000 plus users in the NetSuite ecosystem. Our vision is to, exceed customer satisfaction, to be a market leader, and also to be just a great place to work. We are a 5-star partner. I think this is our 5th year of achieving that top award. And we're roughly right around the top 10 to 15 NetSuite providers, in the U.S. A little background about NetSuite. They are a global business unit of Oracle. They were acquired late of December 2016 into January of 2017. 6,000 plus employees, over $1 billion of revenue. Offices all across the U.S. Over 40,000 organizations are using NetSuite. It is still and always has been for quite some time the fastest growing financial management system worldwide. And you can see their vision and their mission statement as well. Today is, again, the focus is on NetSuite for software companies. It really starts out with their philosophy. It's built on the cloud, works on all 4 major browsers, works on Macs or Windows. There's works on both an iPhone and Android devices, and it's really built to run a business. Very much a platform. Point-and-click customizations, add custom fields. It's multi-tenant. It's completely built within the Oracle stack. And, everybody is on the same release. There's basically 2 major versions each year. One is released around the end of first quarter. The other is released around the end of third quarter. Literally go home on Friday night, come in on Saturday or Monday morning, and you're on all the latest stuff. It comes shipped as one database with all this various functionality, specifically for software, the financials, CRM, SRP, the whole ERP. Will get into that aspect. If there is some needs for Omni or e-commerce, HR or HCM, it all comes shipped, as one single database, one solution. Um, if your company does have multiple entities, multiple subsidiaries, either local or across the globe, NetSuite definitely supports that. Each country or each subsidiary can operate in their own local currency, very likely in their own language, and you can easily do consolidations in intercompany between the various entities. And again, it's the specific industry that we're talking about today will be software. So this is just a small example of some of the software companies that are using NetSuite. You'll see on the left box everywhere from startups that need to scale and grow to more kind of mid-market companies that have had and do have a good presence to the more mature companies that have gone public. And there are a lot of companies that have gone public on NetSuite Software Edition. So again, out of the box, built for software. 15 plus 100 software companies are using it. And I'll talk towards the specific functionality around, again, subscription, contract management, billing, rev rec, project management, resource management, time and expense, issue tracking, SOX controls, so on and so forth. It should also be noted that NetSuite themselves are a software company and they do use NetSuite. So it's in their DNA, I guess you could. So it all starts up here in the upper left-hand corner with the sales and marketing, everything in the green, from doing campaigns and tracking opportunities to leads and prospects. We have a number of clients that do use NetSuite CRM for this, but we also have a lot of clients that use Salesforce as well and then choose to integrate into NetSuite. So either way is fine. Both work very well. It just depends on what makes the most sense for your organization. Once you do get an order, it comes into NetSuite as an order or as a contract, depending on how you want to refer to it. In NetSuite, you can manage the initial, you can manage the recurring. At some point, there's a whole provisioning or delivery and denoting that within the system. Once it is provisioned and delivered, you're able to kind of bill and your billing may be all in advance, maybe monthly, maybe on some sort of milestones. There's a lot of options around billing as well. So you manage the contract, you can manage some of the delivery, you definitely manage the billing, and then you need to figure out how to properly recognize revenue based upon, is it all billed in front and I got to recognize, revenue monthly. So there's a whole advanced revenue management module within NetSuite that will get you off of your spreadsheets and ability to do everything within one system from a revenue management standpoint. And then you get back to the subscription and renewals and how to automate the renewal process, whether you're evergreen or whether you put your clients through a process to authorize and sign a new estimate for the next contract period. NetSuite can basically manage that entire cycle. And then within all of that is integrated financials, the ability to do consolidation, taxes, banking, AP, AR. It's all one system. So again, just a quick look at the wheel and how everything kind of interrelates within the NetSuite space. All right, so NetSuite comes shipped, the software edition comes shipped with these dedicated roles, pre-built menus, dashboards, reminders. It comes shipped ready to go with leading practices for these various key roles within your company. This is just a quick snapshot of a dashboard. This happens to be the dashboard for a chief executive officer. You can see here We've got, sales and expenses. We talk about, average size deals and gross profit and so on and so forth. Revenue by period. If we kind of continue on, we can look at customer profitability. We can look at how our sales are trending. Maybe, various sales by partner, sales by customer, customers by state. So there's, a lot of inherent dashboards and analytics that just come shipped and ready to go on day one. Here's more software-related dashboards where we can talk about, your annual recurring revenue, your churn revenue, churn rate, some of those key, analytics, as well as, how many new customers, lost customers, what's my new customer trend, so on and so forth. The approach. So, NetSuite comes pre-built with a full edition that's, basically on day one ready to go for a software company with leading practices right there. So that's kind of the build. Then the engage stage is where, goVirtualOffice and our team with, 13, 14 years of experience can come, listen, understand. If there are any exceptions, we can, help build out and accommodate those exceptions. And then from there, you're in a position to start to consume and use NetSuite, on day one of your go live and in through the first, few months. And eventually, once things kind of settle down after the initial goes live, you still are on this incredible platform. And with goVirtualOffice, we can help you optimize and really extend the solution into the future. Again, the model is, sell what we deliver and deliver what we sell. So we have this pre-built bundle, this pre-built edition of NetSuite just for software. We optimize it for our clients, and then again, within about 100 days or so, usually our clients are live and ready to go and start, taking advantage of all the great things that NetSuite provides. Part of the process is we do this high-level kind of business discussion where, we really kind of see on each of these things, whether it's an order management, billing, revenue recognition, maybe renewals, maybe your accounting department as a whole. We kind of see, where you're at. That's the kind of the red dots, and where do you want to be somewhere down the road. Now, usually you don't get there in the first 30, 60 days. Sometimes it takes 6 months, a year, even 2 years for some of these things. But we kind of try to understand, where you may be at, where you want to be, and then, where are your priorities? What do we got to tackle first, and what are we going to tackle second, and over the next, 100 days, 6 months, year, 2 years, let's get you as much to the, transformative area as possible. Again, another way to present this is a stairway for software companies. So, day one, first 100 days, we try to get everybody into what we call the foundation, where we get your financials up and running, probably get your revenue recognition in place, your key metrics and dashboards, and really get you going. Once after the first 100 days and things kind of settle down, then, and again, these are defined based upon you and your company and where your priorities are, but we move into the expand phase, eventually to the innovate, the enhance, and then the transformative phase. So again, it's a building process, and we very much believe in crawl, walk, run, sprint here at goVirtualOffice. Again, another way to look at this, where you're at, what's your problems, some of the impacts, and eventually the solution with goVirtualOffice and NetSuite. So a lot of our clients and NetSuite clients as a whole, are seeing, real value in these various areas, whether it's, definitely better visibility into their data, into, what's going on in their company, definitely quicker time to close, better reporting, closer or faster order processing, happier customers, better invoice management. We are seeing all of these particular things across our clients in the software space. So how do we move forward together? Again, this is the first of a 12 to 16 week series regarding NetSuite for software companies. So as these things get released, and I definitely encourage you to go through these other video blogs. But our process, if you were to call goVirtualOffice, is we kind of have an evaluation cycle where we initially kind of go through that business discussion that I just talked about. We will provide a tailored NetSuite demonstration live for you and your team if you want to see what NetSuite looks like. And then we can kind of talk about the value, some of the pricing, some ROI information. What does this cost? What am I getting out of it? Where is my return on an investment like this? From there, we'll go through kind of leading practices to kind of really understand, okay, yes, you've seen what NetSuite out of the box looks like, but it works really good for all these things, but on this one thing, it doesn't. That's an exception. And then we can talk about how NetSuite and the platform can really help solve some of those exceptions, especially with goVirtualOffice and our 14 years of experience with NetSuite. If we need to provide deeper dive demonstrations on some specific things that you and your team want to see, or how can goVirtualOffice better solve those exceptions, we definitely do those, and then eventually we'll get to a proposal process. If we're lucky enough to earn your business and you choose goVirtualOffice and NetSuite, then we'll have a kickoff meeting. We'll go through the configuration and build. We can help migrate and scrub all of your data. We do a number of different testing and walkthrough events. We provide some preliminary training, and then we have the cutover where we load all your open records and get everything ready for day one. And eventually we're there on site or remote, depending on what makes the most sense, for go live. Usually within about 60 days of go live, we kind of have a post go live closing meeting. We talk about what we've all accomplished, things that we've kind of identified for some of those future phases that I discussed earlier: expand, innovate, enhance, transform. And we talk about what do we want to do, when do we want to schedule those. And again, this is your project, and we work according to our customers' timelines, as much as possible. And eventually, as we go through this, then we have quarterly check-ins. We at goVirtualOffice don't go anywhere. Our goal is to really truly be a trusted long-term partner to our clients, both on day one as well as maybe 5, 10, 12 years later. We still have a number of clients. Actually, we have very low customer turnover that have been with us in NetSuite for 10 plus years. So if you are interested in learning more sooner than later, please contact us. We are not a high-pressured sales group at all. So feel free to reach out to us, and we're more than welcome and happy to help guide and answer any questions that you may have. And again, this was the first of a 12 to 16 week video series that we will be presenting. So I definitely encourage you, as these next ones get released, to watch them all and learn about all of these various things that NetSuite can help improve your company with. And that is our conclusion, and I thank you for the time you spent watching this video.